What's the deal, family? Welcome back to the Real Distraction channel on YouTube. It's your boy Sean. We here with another banger for y'all, man. So look, we got the deadly war in Camden. Active Gang versus 51st, man. This is Active Gang 51st. They are part of the UK drill scene. Camden's in the UK, if you didn't know. Basically, I did a reaction to some of the most brutal deaths in the UK drill, and then y'all overwhelmingly wanted me to react to the deadly war in Camden. So we here right now. I'm gonna be real. I don't know nothing about this. I don't know nothing about it. I probably heard some of the music from some of the artists, but outside of that, I don't really know exactly what's going on. I have watched the OFB N9 Wood Green situation, so I know what's going on with that. But with this one, I'm not really sure. So, I ain't really gonna say too much because I don't need nobody. Man, you don't know what you're saying. I don't know exactly what's going on. But we about to figure it out today, man. Y'all wanted me to check this out, so we gonna look at it, see what they talking about, man. If you watch some of my old videos, you already know how I feel about everything. But for my new peoples, continue to watch and you'll find out, man. So let's get it. Let's see what's going on. Let's see what they talking about, man. That's pretty much it. If you want to see more, after you watch this, if you want to see more, you know what to do, man. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, hit that comment section, hit that comment, bro. And let me know other videos to react to. Let me know what's going on in the scene, how you feel about the video, man. Let's get it.
Two men have been stabbed to death in two separate attacks in Kentish Town in North London last night. The body of the first victim, believed to be in his late teens, was found a couple of hours before police discovered the second victim, who's thought to be in his 20s.
Camden, the heart of fashion and culture in London, with some of the most expensive house prices and biggest tourist attractions in England. And from the outside in, looks like the perfect place to live. But that's what the government want to show you. Once we go deeper into the lower income estates of the borough, we start to see a different story. A story of the country's most deprived estates in London being separated from roads of millionaires literally by one street, and how these estates have created a deadly gang war which has taken over the borough in recent years. But
this remind me of Los Angeles, bro. Just for everything they said, bro. Because look, in LA, bro, I be driving around a lot. Yesterday I went all the way from Beverly Hills to like the hood, bro. So it's like, here's the thing, man. In LA is one of the most segregated places in America, as far as like, you in the same city, you got motherfuckers that got billions, bro. And you go down south of Wilshire, south of Pico, bro, or south of even some other streets. Now you got people in fucking projects living bad, bro, tough, like bad. Literally just down the street, you go from these rich people to these really poor. And it's bad, you know what I mean? Even in some of the good areas, they got little segregated projects for the people who ain't got it. And then in those small little sections of a whole nice city or area, it's real bad. But it's like that though. It's like that though. They don't talk about that. That's why if you really from Los Angeles, you know what the real LA is. You got fake LA and you got real LA. Fake LA is what they want you to think about LA. Beverly Hills, Hollywood, that whole bullshit, right? But then you got real LA, where it's just people that's really just living normal life out here, and it ain't perfect, you know what I'm saying? Shit always going down. But yeah.
before I get into the video, be sure to like and subscribe and turn on post notifications. Let's get into the video.
And also, that's why I need y'all to be in the comments letting me know what's going on over there. Because I did my first ever UK videos. I'm like, man, this shit, man, y'all ain't doing nothing over there. I was hating. I was like, y'all ain't really, you know what I mean? But y'all let me know. Y'all started giving me the information so I could see like, oh, it goes down. Because UK don't want nobody to know about all that shit. You feel me? So same thing with LA. Y'all might think LA's beautiful and shit, but if y'all was reactors and I sent y'all the videos, I'd be like, damn, LA kind of crazy, man. You know what I mean? They just don't want to talk about that type of stuff.
So Camden is a borough in northwest London and is very very close to the centre of London. But despite the area being so close to the rich centre of the capital, in the last few years the war in the area has been going brazy. So historically, unlike neighbouring areas like Islington and Brent, Camden's beef situation hasn't been as active as others. But this all changed around 2016 when a man from Camden called Merce had his watch stolen from another man from another area in Camden. After this there was some back and forth which resulted in a big rivalry in the borough, literally between groups of kids that grew up together. One side being gangs built up from a few estates in Camden, which were the Peckwater gang from the Peckwater estate, the QC gang, which were from a road in Camden called Queen's Crescent, and Cumber, which is a gang made up from an estate called Regent's Park in Cumberland Market. They linked up together and called themselves 51st, due to their postcodes being in NW1 and NW5, which is where the 5 and the 1 come from. And from the other side of the feud, we have a gang called Active Gang, which some people may know from their songs, and they're from the Agar Grove estate in Camden. And Active Gang are affiliated with another gang called CT1 and NRB, which they all linked up and called themselves 71st. And just like that, the war was now on between 51st and 71st over this watch being stolen. So Camden is actually home to a big Somalian community, with a big portion of them residing in Agar Grove, which is the territory of the 71st gang.
Wait, who the Somalis from?
71st, over this watch being stolen. So Camden is actually home to a big Somalian community, with a big portion of them residing in Agar Grove, which is the territory of the 71st gang. Such a big community that...
Hey man, Somalis don't be playing, bro. Man, I met a bunch of Somalians when I was in college. They not playing, bro. Don't play with them niggas, bro. If Somali niggas ain't playing, bro. I know a few of them niggas, man. Yeah, they not playing.
The majority of 71st members are actually Somalian. And if you watch one of my previous videos on Mali Strip, Somalian people are people you don't want to be messing with, which you'll understand more in this video.
Yeah,
and this beef was on go from early. In 2017, 2 members of the AG gang, which represent 71st, executed a triple shooting on 3 51st members. 2 of the members ran to a nearby hospital, but while hospital staff was treating the 2 members, they also called police to the hospital to investigate the situation. Once the 2 realized the police was called, they didn't even care about their treatment anymore, and attempted to run out the hospital while still having bullet wounds lodged in them. But the police ended up detaining them and arresting them after a struggle between the both. The reason they were...
Hey, that's another thing I be telling y'all, bro. You get hit, bro. Police is coming. You can't even go to the hospital. So now you decided you want to be in some shit, right? You decided you want to be in some shit, right? Like I said, if you're gonna be in it, be ready. Be ready, bro, for anything with the consequences of what come with being in some shit. So now you done got pop. You go to the hospital, bro, police coming through. No matter what. Anytime there's any type of gunshot violence, some shit like that, and they think you potentially, they have to call the police. They gonna come. So you gotta go to the hospital. They gonna come talk to you, whatever, wop-de-wop. Get your information. They got you on camera, whatever. They know what room you, etc., right? So now you gotta go explain this shit. So now if you got some dirt on you, now you about to get caught up, maybe even go to jail after getting shot. It's crazy. So now you can't go to the hospital. So now you gotta know a nigga who a doctor, who dropped out of school and now he sell drugs. You know what I mean? Now you gotta go find this nigga. All I'm saying is if you go roll, bro, because it's all fun and games when you getting watches and you selling the watches for bands until 3 of your homies get popped and you one of them. You know what I mean? On top of that. And now you got blood, you got bullets in you, blood leaking and shit. You running out the hospital.
Wanted to run was because all 3 members are actually wanted for suspicion of between the both. The reason they wanted to run was because all 3 members are actually wanted for suspicion of grievous bodily harm, which all 3 were eventually arrested for. Now, of course, 51st weren't happy about this triple shooting, and they were trying to get it back in blood. So they went lurking on the Agar Grove estate and shot a rival in the face with a shotgun. The rival actually managed to survive and make his own way back to hospital, but this rival in the face with a shotgun. The rival actually managed to survive and make his own way back to hospital, but this beef really kicked off in a situation that wasn't...
That nigga had God on his side. In the face with a shotty? And you got yourself to the hospital? Bro, he must have got hit one of them pellets from like 30 feet away or something, because God was with you that night. Woo. Hey man, stay safe out here.
Wasn't even linked to both of the gangs. So in February 2017, a 16-year-old girl had an Airbnb party in Kensington, West London. You know those type of parties where a girl invites 7 different types of gangs and asks people to leave their beef at home? Yeah, one of those. So at this party, there were people from all over London there, but a few uninvited guests tried to pull up to the party. One of these people being a boy from 51st called Dotty and his friend, who pulled up to the party with a gun and knife looking for trouble. But the night turned left for Dotty and his friend, and ended up with Dotty being chased down by 20 young boys. And when the boys caught up to him, Dotty and his friend, and ended up with Dotty being chased down by 20 young boys. And when the boys caught up to him, they stabbed him 13 times altogether. It was actually...
Bro. Why would you pull up to a party by yourself? I don't care if you got two different types of things on you. But that don't even make no sense, bro. You pull up to a party by yourself. Bro, call the homies. That don't even make no sense, bro. That just don't even make no sense, bro. At that point, dog, like, I can't even be feeling bad for you, bro. Like, you just pull up to a party not knowing who was what, trying to start some shit, and then you running away. Man, make better choices. Even if you gonna do the shit and be up in some shit, make good choices about it.
It resulted in Dottie dying, which
man.
4 16-year-old boys from Hackney and Tottenham were sentenced and convicted.
Damn,
so 51st
16?
were mad about this situation, obviously, that their member Dottie was just stabbed to death. So they were out trying to get revenge. So they went out for revenge in a stolen BMW and travelled all the way from Camden, northwest London, to Hackney in East London, and then to Tottenham in North London, because that's where the people who killed Dottie were from. But they ended up finding no one from both areas. But they weren't trying to go home without spilling some blood first. So 51st went all the way back to Camden to look for 71st members, and found an affiliate member of 71st called AK and killed him. But they weren't done there. They were riding for a whole nother 2 hours looking for more 71st members, and found the 71st member called Mitch's little brother. Mitch's little brother attempted to run into a cab and begged the driver to drive him to safety, but the driver refused to move, and he was dragged out of the cab and stabbed to death by 51st members, all within 2 hours of their first murder they committed that night. And 6 members were sentenced to life for these murders. Then on September 4th, 2017, a member from 51st called Flip.
He said 6 dudes got his life for that? Bro, this all started with a watch. A watch, dog. That's what I'm saying, bro. The shit all good till the shit go left and it's war. It's all good till it's war. Bro. The 2 biggest gangs and 2 of the most notorious biggest gangs in LA, right? They ended they beef after Nipsey Hussle died, right? After Nipsey Hussle died, they beef was ended, right? 2 biggest gangs, 2 biggest notorious, longest standing gangs in LA, right? They beef was there for 60 years. 60 years, and it all started because of a girl and one dude knocking another dude out in a fight. Think about that shit, man. A girl and a dude knocking another dude out in a fight, 60-year beef, thousands and thousands and thousands of bodies over that beef. The shit cool till it get really, really real. You know what I'm saying? And that's why I be trying to say this, because me being from Los Angeles, I've seen a lot. You know what I mean? And other places, they seen a lot too. I'm not denying that. But, you know what I mean? Just, you don't want to have to go through that hardship on a regular basis. So make good decisions unless you got no choice. Like I said in the last video, unless you got no choice, bro. Some people don't have a choice, and this the only way they gonna be able to survive out there. But a lot of people be just doing this to be cool, have fun, whatever, like make a name for themselves, like whatever it is, get some clout, whatever it is. That shit ain't worth it. Do it because you ain't got no choice, not because you got a choice. People who got no choice laugh at people who got a choice. The people who in jail for life because they had no choice and they accept whatever come with it is laughing at the people who in jail when they had a choice. Hey, like, bro, you could have been in school playing sports. You did, man. I really ain't had nothing. This was my dad OG, bro. He killed 3 niggas. Like, I was already there before I was born. You could have played basketball, nigga. You was smart, and now you in jail in life with me. I'm a dumb mother. You smart. You know what I mean? Like, if you got a choice, man, make a good choice. If you don't got a choice, it is what it is, bro. Life is different for everybody.
And the older brother of the second boy who died that night, called Mitch, bumped into each other on Hampstead Road in Camden and started getting into a little altercation, which ended with Flip stabbing Mitch in his arm, neck and back, leaving the knife lodged into Mitch's bones and murdering him. An undercover policeman just happened to witness this whole situation and ran down Flips and arrested him, and now Flips is serving 17 years to life for this murder. After this, the beef in Camden went under some serious investigation by police, and members from all sides started to get taken down for conspiracies, firearms and drug charges.
That
and
Rico
the beef started to die down a bit. But then 2019 hit, and quite a lot of the members that were locked up started to come out. And taking in consideration that 51st members, just before everyone started going to prison, had killed 3 71st members. 71st members started coming out of prison on some demon time, and were most definitely looking for revenge with no warnings. The first signs that 71st was really back was on a cold Tuesday in February. 1 AM in the morning, a 51st member called G Squeeze was walking past the Sainsbury's in Camden when a 4x4 crashed into him, and several 71st members jumped out on him like a pack of wolves, stabbing him repeatedly in his head and body, leaving him literally paralysed and not being able to walk. But that wasn't enough for 71st members. They wanted someone dead for their friends. So on April 1st, 2019, a suspected member of 51st called C Miz and his cousin were walking down Grafton Road in Gospel Oak, Camden, when 4 71st members jumped out a stolen black car and started chasing them. C Miz and his cousin split up, but unfortunately the men who jumped out the car locked onto C Miz, and C Miz ended up dropping to the ground when the 71st members started to stab him repeatedly with machetes and then run from the scene. After this murder, 71st members made a song called Congo, and the reason why they called it Congo is because C Miz was actually a refugee from Congo after him and his family fled the war from over there. And members repeatedly in their songs say that they get their weed from Congo, not Cali, pretty much just trying to say that they're smoking on C Miz. And as I said before, the majority of these 71st members are Somalian. So after all this, there was news going about in Camden that 51st members were out on the lurk, and any Somalian they see they're killing.
Heard some really strong intelligence that there is going to be revenge for Calvin's killing, and his friends have literally said they are going to go out and kill any Somali in retaliation. So I just want to make that really clear. This is from a young Somali woman in Camden who's 24 years old, and basically we strongly suspect they're going to go out tonight and kill a Somali.
Which is probably a bit of a stretch. But on the other hand, 71st members kept saying that they're warring with Jalirs, which is basically the Somalian word for West African people. Because you have to remember, despite Somalians being dark-skinned and African, a lot of Somalians don't really see themselves the same as other black people. So this was kind of turning into a race war between Somalian and black people in Camden, which is just all wrong for so many reasons. But 71st weren't happy enough with the killing of C Miz. They wanted to spill more blood. So August 12, 2019, 6 members started circling the estates of 51st members in a stolen Ford Fiesta and a stolen Seat when they spotted 16-year-old culprit and other members coming out of a restaurant around 10:30 PM. Culprit and other members ran to a nearby set of blocks near Euston Road, but 71st members found them later on that night, and 3 members jumped out and chased them down, catching up to the 16-year-old 51st member called Culprit. Culprit was running for his life and literally screaming for help, banging on neighbours' doors to let him in so he could escape his attackers. But when the 71st members caught up to him, 2 71st members held him, while a 3rd member repeatedly pushed a 1-foot-long zombie killing knife through his chest while it was coming out of his back. And when the 71st members were done, the killers were said to be running away after, laughing hysterically. Which
y'all niggas is wildin', bro. Up close and personal. Y'all taking that to a whole nother level, bro. It's different. Like, y'all, man, oof. It's easier to get away from a knife attack, right? But it's also easier to get shot, I guess. I don't fucking know, bro. That shit was crazy, bro. Y'all savages. All I'm gonna say is I'll tell niggas in America the same shit, bro. Like, if you ready for it, you ready for it, and accept what come with it. If you not ready to accept what really the worst of the worst that can come with it, don't do it. You know what I mean? If you can't accept the worst, fuck the best. Fuck all the money you gonna make. Fuck the homies. Fuck the protection you might get. All that other shit. The girls, whatever. That the good is good. If you can't handle the worst of the worst outcomes, don't do it. Anything you do, if you not willing to handle the worst of the worst outcomes, don't do it. You know what I mean? Because when that worst comes, you make the choice, bro. You better accept it. Get beat up, get stabbed. Hey, if you ain't ready to take the consequences, don't do it. That motherfucker, that shit said through his back, bro. Man.
Which is what bystanders said. And Culprit, he was just any normal kid from London. He was talented at football and even had trials for Southampton Football Club, but started getting involved in a local gang and brushed aside his football, and unfortunately became a victim of the streets. Now, as he's back...
What I just say earlier, I'm sorry I know I'm pausing a lot, but I'm really trying to preach something to y'all on some real OG shit. Like, that I just said, the nigga had a choice. He could have played football. He was playing football. He was going to school. He was doing this. This nigga said, I want to be cool. I want to get the girls. I want to be cool. I want to go to the parties. I want to dress like y'all. Wop de wop, 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 whatever. You know what I mean? That nigga was not built for that shit. And then when the shit hit the fan, the nigga don't know how to act or how to move right because that's not his persona, his style, his characteristics. So now he in a situation where there ain't no hesitations. You know what I mean? But he hesitating. Shit happens, you know, and now, you know, you lose your life, bro. And then was it worth it to be cool with some niggas that wasn't even there to protect you in the end? I don't know. And if they are there to protect them, still was it worth it when you was going to school doing this? Like, you had a choice, bro. You wasn't like some of these other cats ain't got that.
Back and forth normally go. 51st were now looking for revenge on their recent errors, and there were many stabbings across the month. And early on in September, there was a case of 3 killings in 5 days in Camden. One of these being a man from a completely different area all the way in East London, but unfortunately he was walking at the wrong place at the wrong time. So he was actually walking on Queen's Crescent Estate, which is a hotspot for 51st members, and was shot and killed in a drive-by, being mistaken for a 51st member. Just an hour before, another woman was stabbed to death just a few hundred yards from the situation, and 4 days later, a 71st member called Nuts was stabbed to death by a gang of 51st members with machetes outside one of the busiest areas in London, Camden Tube Station. And for the longest, a lot of people didn't even know all this stuff was going on until a 71st member called Suspect started jumping on the drill scene, calling himself the Camden Grim Reaper, and releasing some of the most disrespectful tunes towards his ops. So much that this stuff was going on until a 71st member called Suspect started jumping on the drill scene, calling himself the Camden Grim Reaper, and releasing some of the most disrespectful tunes towards his ops. So much that police take down pretty much any song that the gang uploads, which really started to bring some attention to what's happening down there, and definitely got the attention of me, especially a song from Suspect called Dugout, which is probably one of the most disrespectful songs I've ever heard, and really makes you deep how tapped this whole beef is. In one of his lines he says,
"Same place we used to play runouts, is the same place his chest got dug out. Same place I was telling you play out, is the same place I'm telling you come out."
Which really makes you think, damn, these guys were close friends at one time, and now they're trying to kill each other. All stemming from a little small altercation that happened a couple years back. But anyway guys, that's it for today's video, and peace out.
All that shit started because of watch. A fucking watch, bro. That's what I'm trying to tell y'all. Look, man. You can be cool with people that do like crazy shit, bro. But don't be a part of that shit unless you want to be a part of that shit. You feel me? Like, it's okay to, oh, that homie be doing this over here. That homie. If you not a part of that, nobody give a fuck. You know what I mean? You could be cool with niggas that be doing this, doing that, wop-de-wop, whatever, and not be a part of it. You know what I'm saying? Once you put yourself in it, that's when, you know what I mean? You gotta make the smarter decisions, bro. Watch who you keep around you, you feel me? You can be respectful, you can be cool, friendly to a lot of people, but watch who you roll with. Unless you ready to roll with them. This shit started because of watch, and we done heard about all types of crazy shit. Innocent bystanders and stuff. That's where it all started, because something little. It's usually a girl. Usually always a girl. And now you got niggas, 1,000 niggas killing each other left and right over a girl who ain't fucking none of y'all niggas now. She over here smashing on niggas that live in a whole nother country. And y'all niggas is still fighting because of this girl. She been died. Y'all niggas still fighting because some girl that ain't fucking with none of y'all. Think about that shit, bro. Anyways, man, I wasn't trying like to be super educated today, but I just gotta keep it real. Whatever comes to my mind, I just gotta express it. I hope you guys, learned something today or felt some type of way. If you did and you liked the video, you already know what to do, man. I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. Stay safe. Stay smart, think smart, you know what I mean? Keep moving, making your money, man. That's it. Keep it real, real's rare, real always, which is everyone. Next time. Peace.